So you found it, the perfect apartment in Dubai. It's listed for 100,000 dirham a year. You've run the numbers, you've checked your bank account and you're thinking, yes, I can afford this. Well, I had to tell you this, but that 100,000 dirham figure that you see on the property website, it's a lie. Okay, maybe not a malicious lie, but it's a lie of omission. It's a marketing number, pure and simple, designed to get you excited through the door, but the real cost, the actual amount that will leave your bank account is thousands and sometimes tens of thousands more. See, they are banking on you not knowing about the jungle of hidden fees, the surprise charges and the monthly costs that they conveniently forget to mention. So today we are pulling back the curtain. We are going to break down every single secret charge that stands between you and the keys of your new place. By the end of this video, you will know the true cost of renting in Dubai and you will know exactly what question to ask so that you never get caught out again. Let's stick with this 100,000 dirham apartment. So you've told that the agent that you want it, you're hyped, and then boom, the first wave of cost hits you. These are the big one-time payments that you have to make before you can even think about moving in. First one, the agency fee. This is the commission for the real estate agent. In Dubai, it's pretty much a non-negotiable 5% of your annual rent. So in your case, that's an instant 5,000 dirhams plus VAT that you will never see again. Poof, it's gone. The next one is the security deposit. Now the agent will probably tell you that this is fully refundable and legally it's supposed to be. The standard is 5% of the annual rent for an unfurnished place or 10% if it's furnished. Let's say that ours is unfurnished, so that's another 5,000 dirhams that you have to fork over. If it's furnished, then you would be looking at 10,000 dirhams. And the money is supposedly held by the landlord to cover potential damages. And trust me, potential damages is a very flexible term in Dubai. We will get back to the fight that you might have to get this money back later. But for now, just know that another big chunk of cash is leaving your account. Let's just pause for a second and do the math. The rent on your 100,000 dirham apartment has not even started yet and you are out already 10,000 dirhams. That is 10% of the rent gone before you've spent a single night there. And believe me, we are just getting warmed up. Alright, so you've paid the agent, you've paid the landlord, now it's time to pay the government. So these are the admin fees that you just can't escape. There is no negotiations here. The first one is called Ejari. Ejari's meaning in Arabic is my rent. It's the official government system for registering your tenancy contract. You have to do this. Without an Ejari, your contract is basically worthless in the eyes of the law. You can't get your utilities hooked up, you can't sponsor your family for a visa, and if you have a dispute with your landlord, you've got no legal leg to stand on. Registering your contract with Ejari is essentially for your protection and it costs around 220 dirhams, depending on where you do it. It is not a deal breaker, but it's another thing on the bill. Next one, you need lights and water. This means setting up an account with DEWA, the Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. To do that, you'll have to pay a refundable deposit, that's 2,000 dirhams for an apartment or 4,000 dirhams for a villa. On top of that, there is a non-refundable connection fee of about 130 dirhams. For our apartment, let's add up another 2,130 dirhams. So where are we now? You have paid the agent, the landlord and the government. And you still haven't paid a single dirham of the actual rent yet. You see the picture? The next part? The costs that we have talked about so far are one-offs. The next ones hits you every single month. They effectively raise your rent without actually calling it rent. First, the one I found very sneaky is the housing fee. Every expat renter in Dubai has to pay this. It's a municipality fee that's supposed to cover services like public parks, waste management and city cleanliness. And how much is it? Exactly 5% of your annual rent. So that's another 5,000 dirham a year for our apartment. But here's the clever part. They don't ask for it upfront. They slice it into 12 monthly payments and tuck it away on your DEWA bill. That means every month an extra 470 dirhams just appear on your utility bill. It's basically a shadow rent that you pay every month. Okay, so now the big one, the one that causes the most financial heart attack for new renters in Dubai, the chiller fees. Chiller is just Dubai word for air conditioning, and let's be real, AC isn't exactly optional here. In some older buildings, the AC cost is rolled into your Dewa bill, which is great. But in most modern towers, the cooling comes from a private company like Empower, AmiCool, AquaCool, and that means that you get a completely separate and often shocking bill. And this is the part that impacts the budget. The chiller fees are all over the place. For a one-bedroom apartment, you could be looking at anywhere from 500 to 1,500 dirhams a month, especially in the summer. Let's be conservative and let's say that it's 800 dirham a month on average. That is an additional 9,600 dirham a year that most new renters in Dubai may not have budgeted for. And what about when things break? Let's talk maintenance. Your contract will say that the landlord handles major maintenance and you handle minor repairs. The problem? The definition of major is a massive gray area in Dubai. A busted AC compressor, that's on the landlord. But a leaky faucet, a broken light switch, or a clogged drain, a lot of contracts will say that any repair under 500 or 1000 dirham is on you. And those small repairs can add up fast. Alright, so now you are almost at the finish line. You have paid all the fees, you've wrapped your head around the monthly cost. Now you just have to physically get your stuff in there. Unless you plan on carrying your couch up 20 floors, you are going to need movers. For one bed, you're probably looking at 1,500 to 2,500 dirhams. It's a necessary cost, but yep, another one on the list. Okay, now let's fast forward a year. You have decided to move out. Time to get that security deposit back, right? Do you think it's easy? Not really. In my case, I actually never managed to get my full deposit back. The landlords can legally deduct for damages beyond normal wear and tear, but some will try to deduct for everything. They might charge you to repaint the entire apartment, which is usually their job, and they will hit you with cleaning fees or charge you for like tiny stuff on the wall that obviously are just from living there. A lot of tenants, and it was my case, we get blindsided here and we lose a big chunk, if not all of our deposit. First, let's do the final painful math on our so-called 100,000 dirham apartment. The advertised price was 100,000 dirham a year, but first, the upfront cost you have to pay just to get there, the agency fee, 5,000 dirham, the security deposit, 5,000 dirham, the HRE registration, 220, the Dewa deposit and the connection fee, 2,130 dirhams, the movers, let's say 1,800, and that's approximately 14,000 dirham out of your pocket before the day one. So now for the hidden annual cost, they don't advertise, so you have the housing fee, 5,000, the chiller fees, not really a hidden fee, but a lot of people forget to budget for it, so 9,600 dirham for our apartment, and that's another 14,600 dirham a year. So the real cost of your 100,000 dirham apartment is actually a lot more. So how do you avoid getting burned? Here's your game plan. You ask for the all-in cost. Before you even go to see the place, ask for a full breakdown. Especially ask, who is the chiller provider? Can you show me a few of the previous tenants' bill? And try to get this in writing. The next thing is actually read your contract. I know it's boring, but you have to do it. Hunt for the maintenance clause. What is the limit for repairs that you have to pay for? Check the penalty for breaking your lease early. And all these clauses, remember, they are negotiable. Third thing, take the habit of documenting everything. The day you get the keys, before a single box comes in. The third thing, take a habit of documenting everything. The day you get the keys, before even a single box comes in, walk through the apartment and record a video on your phone. Get close-ups of every scratch, scuff and cracks. Then email that video to your agent and landlord immediately. This gives you a time-stamped record that is your absolute best weapon for getting your security deposit back. The fourth thing, know your rights. Your HRE is your legal protection. A landlord can't just jack up your rent whenever they feel like it. They have to give you 90 days written notice, and the increase must follow the official RERA rental calculator. They also can't just kick you out. They need to provide a 12 months notarized notice for very specific valid reason. I am also a tenant in Dubai, and every year when I try to renew my tenancy contract, my landlord will try his luck and try to increase the rent. But most of the time when we check the RERA index, he is not allowed to do it. So I take a screenshot of this, I email it to him, and then there's no more discussion. So look, the point of this is not to scare you away from renting in Dubai, it's just to arm you so that you can do it smartly. Think of the price that you see online as the starting point of a conversation, not the final number. If you think this just saved you from a future financial headache, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every week breaking down what it is to live and invest in Dubai. And I definitely want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what is the wildest hidden fee that you've ever had to pay in Dubai. Let's educate each other. So just remember, the advertised rent is only part of the story. The real number is what you need to budget for. Stay smart, ask questions, and I'll see you in the next video.